I'm French, I'm 49, and I build and drive hot rod, and I'm a cheater. I've been living in Japan for 10 years in 2 times. And finally, the second time I came to Japan, I could bring my car, a Ford Model A from 1930, which I can now enjoy to drive everywhere in Japan. Cheaters Club has been built in Switzerland. Most of us have hot rods. It's really like a friends club. We meet whenever we want or we can. We don't force anyone to go to an event or whatsoever. No, it's just like the best we can. But they are all really acknowledged into car things, parts, creating, building. We do everything ourselves with our hands. We build parts what we don't have or we cannot find. We exchange parts between each other. I'm really happy to be part of the club. This hot rod is what I would say a vintage hot rod in the style of the late 40s. It's a Ford Model A from 1930, modified. It was a coupe 5 windows and modified into a speedster. So remove the roof and change the engine, do some modifications, lower a little bit and make it more racing with more rec for the aggressivity style. The first idea that I had of the hot rod was the 33 from ZZ Top, but this car is not a hot rod, it's a street rod. I'm not into street rodding, I'm in really hot rodding, like more vintage, more original. So I went through for this 30s Model A, which I wasn't really sure about what I was going to do with it because it was in pretty bad shape at the beginning. So with the help of a friend, we decided to just go radical, cut the roof, change the front shield and modify it like it is now. I like muscle car, I like power, I like drag racing, I like burnouts, of course. So my first American car was a muscle car. And yeah, it's fun to drive. It's not economic, but you have power. You have a power in your hands, which is different from European power. It's raw, it's brutal, it's scary, noisy, everything you want. That makes you feel alive. If you take a Harley Davidson, I would say a normal one, not something built for speed. It's the feeling that you have when you are on the bike, the vibration, the sound, everything makes it feels alive. If you drive any modern cars, there is nothing. You may have a power in or speed or whatever, or comfort, but it has no meaning, no spirit. It's just it's tasteless.
全く同感。もう結局こう今の車は便利で移動するのも簡単だし、すごい楽だけど、やっぱりこう相棒にはなんないよね、パートナーには。で、古い車とかあれはやっぱり毎日調子も違うし、壊れるかもしれないけど、でも今日調子いいな。やっぱりそういうのをこういつもこう感じながら走るから、やっぱりもう人と同じだよね、車が。
I used to drive this hot rod every day to go to work, except on rainy day and snow day. And my friends told me, yeah, but you're gonna be bored of driving this car every day. I said, never. I mean, every time I take this car, I'm happy. It's fun. I'm happy to drive my car. I'm feeling good driving my car, and I will never get bored. It's more than a friend, it's part of me.
なんか今の話聞いてて全然関係ない話ちょっとだけしていいですか？ なんかうちの親父とおふくろのことを思い出したの。多分このいろいろこう自分が車好きなことでやっぱり人生の幅っていうか人生のエクスペリエンスがものすごくいっぱいあった。でうちの親父とおふくろもルート66を夫婦で横断したんですよ、アメリカをね。で今おふくろは亡くなっちゃったんだけど、多分親父とおふくろの一番の思い出って多分それだったんじゃないかなってすごく想像今しちゃったんだよね。もう一つ面白い話としては東日本大震災があって日本がこうクライシスになったでしょ。その時に俺の今の嫁さんに聞いたんだよね。もし明日世の中なくなっちゃうとしたら今日何するっていう話をしたんだよね。そしたらモーガンに乗って、俺のヴィンテージのねモーガンに乗って一緒に出かけるって俺の嫁さんが言ったんだよね。それなんかこう俺にとってはとても嬉しいことと、結局なんていうかな、僕の嫁さんの一番の人生の思い出が俺と一緒に車で今日俺インタビュアーだから全然こんなこと俺も自分では想像しなかったんだけど、でもやっぱり車のことをこう考えてやっぱいるとやっぱ車との思い出って人生の中でものすごく大きいんだよね。でそれを思い出したら今涙が出てきたってだけの話。とにかくその車を通してやっぱりこう人生にもたらしてくれるこのねリワードがめちゃくちゃあるっていうのは、だからそういうのを含めて人生のほとんど主役なんだよね、車って。
Many of my friends told me, "Why do you bring your car? Why don't you buy another one in Japan?" Say, "It's my car. Why? I don't want to sell it." And it's always been my dream to bring my car in Japan and drive it in Japan. For me, it's a kind of prideness. I mean, it's my car. I build it. I drive it. I drive it in France. I drive it in Europe. I drive it in Japan. If I could, I will take it all around the world. For me, building the car is also part of the process. When you can drive the car that you have built yourself, that's, I mean, the most amazing thing. When you first drive your car, the first test drive, and you say, "Wow, okay, brakes works, that's good. Handling is good, and engine sounds good." This is the first reward that you have. It's just great. And at the end, you have a car that you've built by your hands, and you can drive it. That is crazy. That is an amazing sensation. This friend I built my car with, we knew each other from a long time when we were teenagers, but we had a little age gap. So it wasn't in my friend group. He was younger than me. But when I came back to France, we met again and we discovered this. We had the same hobbies. It's more than hobbies. It's a passion for the hot rodding. And he's the one who took me in for building a real vintage hot rod, not a street rod, which was the idea of the hot rod was for me before. And the cars, I can say, really help us to build this extremely strong relationship I have with this friend. Right. He is my best friend. I am the godfather of his daughter, and he's not a friend anymore, he's family. We are family. But I think it's the same for every passion. When you have a passion which is strong enough to overcome every little problem that can build between two people, and you overcome all this because you have the same passion strong enough to go through it. Right. And we had some rough time, of course. I mean, we had to argue sometimes because, I don't know, the tools wasn't back at the right place, the garage wasn't cleaned or whatever. We had to fight, we had to argue, of course, but it's the way it is. Yeah. It's life.